Hello there, Scorpio. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath, and I've been doing readings for 27 years now. And what I've done for us is I laid 4 cards for the month of November. This reading is for Scorpio, and I'm going to use the bottom card on the deck for overall view of the month. Now, I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I think it's going to blend in and out throughout the month. That's the way it normally works for me. We'll pull angel card at the end of the reading to kind of hopefully pull it all together for us. And I'm an empath, so when you hear me say I mean I'm Scorpio. All of you out there are Scorpio. It's a speech pattern, so we're all named Frankie now for the time of the reading. And I'm not an astrologer, so I looked up the astrology for you for the month, and it's in our first house, and that's your self-promotion, personal contacts, in your personal interest, new products, changes, success through your own leadership or drive. It's your personal house. It's you. At first house, and I'd advise you to look at your moon sign and your rising sign if this doesn't resonate with you. It's the house of how we want others to see us, how others perceive us in the world. And maybe it's not the house of who we truly are because we're Scorpios. But before I start the reading, I want to say my husband opened up a new website, and it's called megatoysplace.com. So go there and buy all your Christmas toys. It'll make him really happy. Anyhow, I had a few words for us before I start the reading, and the words seem like they're going to be important because they're gratitude, inspiration, and purpose. It looks as if it's going to be a really interesting month for us. So I'm going to say right off the bat, we'd be good to display our courage throughout the month. Our first card here for the overall view of the month is the Five of Pentacles. Now, don't get scared, Scorpio. Don't get scared. I was like, holy minga, Five of Pentacles. This is all bandaged up and in the normal, usual deck. This, by the way, is my new deck of cards. I have decks of cards everywhere in the house, and this is the only one I ever bought for myself. And I think this card's scaring me half to death. But remember, this Five of Pentacles, if we really look at it, right, it means that we're in a state, like a mind state of being in like poverty or whatever. But this Five of Pentacles card, it's the one card that if we turn around, it looks like we're right outside of a church. It's a place where we can get the help that we need. So maybe that gratitude and inspiration, purpose may come in a different form with this Five of Pentacles card as an overriding look for the whole entire month. Because we have two 5 cards here, and I believe 5s are about freedom and creativity, but they also are about adjustment. And they're right there in the middle. And what they're telling me is there's going to be a surrender. We got to keep it simple, and there's change coming for us throughout this month. Now, like I said, I'm not an astrologer, but I've heard a lot about the new moon, which I believe is on the 30th, and that's in Scorpio, and I believe perhaps it was the full moon too in Scorpio. There's a lot of Scorpio energy going on around here. When there's all that influx, it can hit us in different ways. Now, our next card here is the Five of Swords. And the one thing we can look at with this card here is we're holding the 2 swords in our hands, and everyone else has laid down those swords and are walking away. We have two swords in one hand, one sword in the other, and these people are turning away. So whatever it was that we were battling about, or whatever influence comes with this Five of Pentacles card here, we made it through and we made it on top. So gratitude, inspiration, and purpose, right? Now they're telling me with this other card, that's the Eight of Cups card here, they're telling me that there's a, I hope I got the glare off of it for you, there's a situation around us, you know, that we are probably going to walk away from. Now this card can be something as simple as, okay, my kid came home and they're going off to college, you know, they're leaving the family behind for the time being. And that may be because we're all individual Scorpios, so maybe my kid's going back to college, maybe someone's leaving my home that lived with me and they're moving forward in their lives. It can be that too. But with this, we're moving away from something, and that tells me that change. Again, with these two fives and this Eight of Cups here, the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, there is a change coming at us. So, you know, and they said purpose, and I'm going to add the word optimism in there. So let's not get, I'm going to say our next card first. Before I say what I'm going to have to say, our next card is the High Priestess card. And as we all know, anybody that even deals with tarot at all, we know that the High Priestess is the keeper of knowledge. That's us. In our internal wisdom and our knowledge, we have the capacity to tap into spirit right now. So let's not, I want to remember this one thing before I say this, because with this High Priestess card, the High Priestess knows a lot. And as Scorpios, we know a lot. They're saying the High Priestess doesn't always tell it all. The High Priestess does not always tell it all. She keeps the secrets and the knowledge unless the right question is asked. It's that simple. So let's not reveal any of our plans, right? Any of our plans. There may be situations. We're all individuals, right? We don't want to give wrong impressions, but we want to go within and find out what it is we need to do with a gratefulness and a sense of purpose, inspired. And if we have to walk away from something, we're all individuals, and I do recommend to you to watch your moon sign and your rising sign to put this together appropriately. But with this last card in here, now we have the internal knowledge. The High Priestess knows. The High Priestess knows. She can go within, she can see what's happening in these given situations, right? She acknowledges it. She doesn't a lot of times, right? They said optimism, didn't they? They said keep optimism and our courage intact. Keep optimism and our courage intact. But they're also telling me, and I don't know why, maybe it's this, when I see this Four of Pentacles card, I always think this is the Miser card, right? And I always hate this guy on my other deck too. I was like, I don't even like your face, because he's standing on the pentacles. I think he's like hanging on to one's on top of his head, and I'm thinking, cheap, cheap. I don't feel like that when I'm touching this card, because remember, we have the Five of Pentacles. There's help right behind us. We have the Four of Pentacles, which means we're hanging on to our money, right? I think perhaps with these two fives and this Eight of Cups and the High Priestess, we better hang on to our money, right? Because it's about our personal flow. We don't, if this means we're a little short throughout the month, they say there is help. I'm going to say, if someone's asking us, like, to give more than we are capable of, perhaps we don't want to do that this month, because if we go back to that astrology, it said our first house. It's about how we are perceived in the world, or how we choose to have others see us, right? Maybe we're very giving, and all the Scorpios I know are. We are all very giving, caring, and we're water signs. It's emotion, that kind of stuff. But Scorpios know the secret. It's that simple. If this comes down to something, inspiration or purpose, we're grateful for what we have, right? We're not going to put ourselves in this situation. We won. Everybody else laid down their sword. Perhaps there's a situation we're going to need to walk away from in order for our benefit, or our benefit. That's exactly what they said. So use our own, renew people that can help us or are influential to us. That'd be a good thing to do for this month. If this is from within us, and I believe it might be, because Scorpios are super intuitive and they do hold secrets, right? If that's what it comes down to, and it's something, because we're all individuals, keep it simple, Scorpio. Hang on to our money, even if we want people to perceive us as, here, take it all, take it all. I don't think with this overall of this Five of Coins card or Pentacles card, I don't believe this is the time for it, because it's something that is personal for us. Remember, this is our personal house, our first house. It's something personal. Maybe who knows, we're all individuals. Maybe we want to do something special at Christmas time, and if we cough up all these pentacle cards, right, ahead of time, maybe we're not going to be able to. That's two money cards in a row, the 5 and the 4, a little backwards, and then we have that 8 of Cups in there and the 5 of Swords. Intuitive, we know exactly what to do, because that High Priestess is there. So we're all individuals. There's a purpose, they said, behind this. Be grateful, accept the inspiration of the High Priestess, and she will show us the purpose for what we're doing. So when we're in that flow, right, and if things are looking like this 5 of Pentacles, if what Spirit's telling me is, if anything comes at me from left field, like, this is obviously a crazy thing, right, but it looks positive, I think I'd want to do that. I'd want to step that way, kind of like a teeter-totter or a zigzag path to the right way. Or maybe we're going to zigzag path these 5 of Swords people, or teeter-totter and let them drop their swords. Let's see what this Angel card has to say. That was getting a little weird. Here you go. Perfect timing, Scorpio. Oh boy. Well, I don't know what else to say other than, oh boy. It says, now, they said gratitude, inspiration, and purpose. There's a reason for this. And they said if we see some other little positive path moving along, like, whoa, Scorpio, grab it, go with it. Don't be afraid to turn your back on something that's not working, or walk away. And if it's simple, oh, the kid went back to school, they're not leaving forever, okay? let's look at it all like that, because it looks like it's going to be an interesting month, but the end result is we've hung on to our bucks and we didn't waste them because we intuitively knew the right thing. And remember, the high priestess does not give away all of her secrets. So our perfect timing card says, now is the perfect moment for you to act on your, what was the word they gave us? Inspirations. Now is the perfect time for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are wide open while you walk through them with us by your side. Don't delay it or procrastinate, as all the ingredients are ripe for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. That's about exactly what they're talking about. And those that aren't supportive, right? We have all those swords, and the two that were still walking away laid them down on the ground and turned their back. It's going to be an interesting month, isn't it, Scorpio? Let's see what your perfect timing, the rest of it says here, if I can find it, once I get into this book. I found out months ago, I kept pulling the same card over and over again, that there was alternative meanings in here. I was like, how am I pulling the same card? What else does this mean? Oh, good gravy. Maybe I'm never going to find the card. Or perhaps I don't know my alphabet anymore. Must be that old age thing. It says, this card means that you need to take certain steps before your prayers can be fully answered. And I believe that's what these cards are showing us. They're also showing us maybe we better hang on to that money in the process of it. The angels say that now is the perfect time to act, and they will guide you along the way. Sometimes it's not so important how we approach a situation, but that we put the energy, action, and intention into manifesting what we desire. Once we take the first step in the direction of our desired outcome, the universe then gives us the additional help. That's our high priestess. She's sitting right there on her little throne, but don't spill all the secrets, Scorpio. The additional meanings are, take your action now. The situation will work out well, provided that you don't delay. Make the decision. Any blocks in the past were because the timing was not yet right. They're saying the timing's right, and what Spirit told us was watch. We were to watch, right? Watch. There's going to be these little positive things, and if we can adapt, and fives are adjustment, adapting to circumstances. If we're willing to adapt, right, as all of this is coming forward, we get the best result. And that's what it's all about. So, Scorpio, that's our reading for November. Was quite interesting, I might add. And I want to thank all of you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. I love your comments. And I want to thank you for all the time you spend with me. I've just finally started noticing there's a counter right here on my screen, and I talk really, really long. Anyhow, I want to thank you once again for all the time you spend with me. And if you want to know more about me, information's right below this video. It's at the website, and you can go there if you want to schedule an appointment with me. All of the information to do that is there on the website. And I want to thank all of you that I have had appointments with through doing this. I've really enjoyed meeting all of you. I want to tell all of you that I've met throughout all these years of doing this work that it's really been a fun and interesting life. And hopefully I will see you back here in December. So Scorpio, bye bye.